What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the DC Multiverse Green Lantern Kyle Rayner from the Blackest Night. So here we go. So I'm actually doing this review at my friend's house. He ordered these online during the Christmas sale where they were 50% off. But yeah, we're going to take a look at these, and he was kind enough to let me review them. So here we go. So you have Kyle Rayner here in the package. And as you can tell, with McFarlane toys, they do a pretty good job with the details. You can see the texture patterns on the costume look really good. The logo looks nice there. The face looks a little interesting in my opinion, but not too bad. Let's see. Good details there. I know a lot of people have complained about the green tone for the most part, but we'll see when we get out of the package to see what it looks like. But we have a pretty cool weapon here. Looks really nice. That translucent material. And we also have a lantern there as well. It looks really nice. And this is a Build-A-Figure, and this one comes with the Atrocitus body, which looks pretty good. So, okay, so there we go. That's the front of the package. We have the side of the package here. We have the back of the package, and you can see here, so you collect all of those to build Atrocitus. This is number 3, and collect them all to create that. And that is some really cool artwork there. Really digging that. And then here is the other side. Perfect. Well, let's open this up and see what we're looking at. Okay, and here is Kyle Rayner out of the package and looking good. So let's see here. So one, like we called out earlier, we have some really good really good sculpt details, right? Good texture patterns on it. And what's really cool is this figure is much cooler out of the package than I was expecting. One, I think his body frame and kind of the feel of the figure is really nice. It feels pretty solid. It's kind of a good slender, kind of muscular body type, I guess. So when you're messing with it and articulating it, it's kind of fun. It comes with some really cool accessories. I love the sword in hand. I love this piece here. Like I said, the green is a little different than some of the others. It doesn't really bother me anymore the more I look at it, but I know a lot of people have customized it. So I'd say the only couple things I think we could benefit is, right, a black wash I think could benefit some of the details on the outfit. I think would look nice. And I think the only reason why the face looks a little strange is if you look close, it looks like the eyes are just not quite in the right spot, I guess you could say. So let me show you here. So when we look close, see, it looks like the mask just hangs a little low, right? If it was just a little bit different, it might look a little different, but and the lips are pretty bright red too. But overall, I think the figure looks good. Actually, out of the package, it looks way better in my opinion. So very cool figure there. This one did come with a display base and a character card. So here we go, Kyle Rayner, Blackest Night. And as you can tell, like even the greens, right, that's not the same green that you see on the picture here. So yeah, definitely make a little darker green. I think that would be a really easy thing to do, to customize. Now here you have the data file. So if you want to read the file, you can pause your screen now. Okay, perfect. And this one also came with the Atrocitus body. So same thing, really good texture details right on the sides there. Look at that. Really good. I love that McFarlane does this. They don't have to do it, but I love that they do. And then you have this like glossy red over the top, which I think looks really nice. You have the pegs. You have the shoulder piece. Just be careful because these things will pop out. Right, it's the type of articulation they like to do on the shoulders for McFarlane. But overall, looking good. Okay, so now let's check out the articulation. Okay, so we pushed its limits, moves up about that far, moves down actually really far, so it has really good articulation there. You do have a head pivot, which pivots a lot, which I think is really cool, because it seems like this guy might have an attitude, right? So you make him look like he has one, which is cool. Good side to side. You have shoulder articulation, goes up about that high. Does have these really cool shoulder joints here that McFarlane does that I'm a big fan of personally. You have a bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows, so getting really cool poses there. You have wrist articulation, bends, and also pivots. Then you do have hip articulation, so it moves back that far, so that is awesome. So if you want to get it into flying poses, totally do that. That looks sick. You also have a really good, or a decent front ab crunch, so crunch about that far. Do have really cool side to side, so I dig that articulation. That is cool, very cool. Cool rotation. Legs go up about that far, go out about this far, so we can do the splits. You have double jointed knees, cool positions there. Then you have cool rotation, and ankle articulation as well. So overall, I am really impressed with the articulation of this figure.
Cool.
Okay, so here is the Atrocitus Build-A-Figures. If you collect all 4 of the figures for Blackest Night, this is what you get to put together. And this figure is outstanding. So I want to just take you through the articulation. So first off, you look really close. You have the detail, which, before I get into that, like, look, it's got red, really nice color red, and they have a black wash over the top, which looks so good. So that's the only thing I think this figure really needs is a black wash throughout the rest of the pieces. So if the whole body looked like this, it would be a perfect figure. But yeah, you could definitely black wash these pieces, so highly recommend. But let's get into the articulation first. So looks up that high, so it doesn't look up too high. Looks down really low, which I think is awesome because he's going to be towering over most of your figures. You do have a little bit of a side-to-side pivot, which is good, and then a good side-to-side. So the shoulder pads do just clip on, so nothing to worry about there. Really easy to attach. The arm joints are awesome. Now, one thing I do need to note, so they have the little shoulder pieces here from the McFarlane figures that, like I said, I like. Make sure they're in the right way. So what happened is this one went on easy. When I went to do this one, I could not get it on. I was like, what is going on? It was because this piece was in upside down. So even when I was trying to force it, like, it actually could not go any further. So just FYI, if it's not going in, it should go in easy. Just check that to see if it's flipped the right way. So you got that. You do have good rotation there. You do have a bicep swivel. So good rotation there. You do have double jointed elbows, so that is sick. You do have wrist articulation. One thing to note too, if you do put the arms up high, right, the shoulder piece will come off. So just make sure it stays in there. You could probably only get it to a certain height before it kind of hinders that a little bit. You do have an ab crunch, so you can crunch that far. You can crunch up that far. So yeah, I've been super impressed with how far McFarlane toys can crunch backwards. Really crazy to me. You have really good side to side, which is really cool. Love that. Really good rotation there. Legs go up about that high. And man, that is one muscly leg. I love that. Okay. Man, he can do the splits more than any of the other figures. He's been working on his flexibility there, huh? Then you have double jointed knees, so get a really good poses there. You do have a little bit of a rotation too here, which is nice. And then you do have ankle articulation and pivot, so you can get some really good poses. So like I said, I just wanted to show you this. Just if you collect the whole thing, this is definitely a figure to, I mean, this is one of the best Build-A-Figures. I absolutely love it. So this is what it looks like out of the package. So cool. Let's get into the size comparison. Okay, here's a size comparison of the Blackest Night Wave, and you can see Atrocitus stands taller than everyone. So it looks like Atrocitus stands, looks like about 9.5 inches tall, which is pretty sweet. So 9.5 inches tall. Or it looks like, well, looks like we're still on inches here. I was going to say centimeters. Either way, stands about 9.5 inches tall. So it looks like roughly they're about the same height. Looks like Deathstorm stands second tallest if you include the flames. About the same height as Batman. And Kyle Rayner stands a little bit shorter than Superman, and Superman is about the same height as the rest. So those figures stand roughly 7.75 inches tall. Yep, same. So that's about the standard height there. Cool. So now let's get into final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts on the Blackest Night Wave, the Atrocitus Build-A-Figure series. I think these figures are outstanding. So if you've decided to pass on these because of the imagery or looking at them in box and thinking they're not that cool, don't, because these figures out of the package are outstanding. One, they did lots of really good textures and details throughout all the characters. Even the figures I thought I would not like Kyle Rayner, like in the package, and even like some of the photo shots I didn't think looked good, but once I have them in hand, looks so good. And then being able to use all these figures to build Atrocitus is insane. So we lucked out here. We ended up getting this for 50% off for a Christmas sale. So we did take advantage of that sale, so really good deal. But overall, I'd say if you're deciding on if you want to pass on these or not, I'd say give them a shot. I think building Atrocitus is great, and these figures definitely exceeded my expectations. So thank you all so much. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll keep continuing to bring reviews, customizations, and other videos to you guys online. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.